Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where the world is altogether too stable. We gotta do something about that, but as I've been saying, this is not the time. We will get there, but we're not prepared as of now. We want to get some tech research done. We don't need to have the whole tech tree researched or anything like that, but we want to definitely get some tech research completed, and we absolutely want to get a lot of our focuses done. Not necessarily all, but a lot, for sure. We'll start heading that way and ramping up the world tension, but for now, there's only so much that we can do. So early truck is finished. That was bypassed. That's not really something that we needed to do, but I just wanted to get it out of the way for completion's sake. These are 1.62 years ahead of time. Equipment conversion might end up being a thing. We don't really care about synthetic refineries, I don't think. So as of right now, that seems fine. We could start working on improved computing machine, and I think we should. This is only half a year ahead of time. Let's do it. Oh, I abandoned improved fuel refining. Okay, there we go. We'll just switch those around. It's fine. So that's absolutely wonderful, and we'll just get that going at this point. So improved computing machine is going to be done in 280 days. That seems good. I definitely want to get more research speed going here. So that sounds fantastic. And we do have a base level of tank at this moment. We're working on producing all of the things that we need, including anti-air and tanks. Those are the two major things that we need at this moment. Yeah. We have a big deficit of anti-air and tanks. So we do want to probably think about redirecting some of this. So I'm going to move up our towed anti-air to here. Our trucks, I'm going to put at the absolute bottom. And our infantry equipment for now can go at the bottom as well. And support equipment can as well. I'm going to drop down our support equipment production down to 5. I'm going to cut down our artillery production down to 5 as well. So that puts a lot more into tanks and a lot more into towed anti-air. We will get more of this production going, but for now, we just need to prioritize a little bit. And that also, of course, means that we need to build up these production efficiencies, right? That's going to be a significant thing that needs to happen. So that's all okay for now. We can still get more political advisors going here. And what do we got? Honestly, political power gain plus 15 is probably what we want to go for. So that'll be about 15 days out. A little over, maybe more like 20. That'll be fine for the moment. So that all looks good. We are going to get mechanization effort done eventually, but that is an infantry division finished, surprisingly enough. We'll go ahead and finish that. But yeah, that actually surprises me. That means that we're actually starting to put anti-air into here, which means that our anti-air has been distributed to all of these. That's good. That is very, very good. So at this point, I want to check into these armies. Are these all infantry divisions? They should be at this point. Yes. Okay, perfect. So we're going to need to recruit a little bit more to be sure. I want to get at least one full army group going before we become like full-on fascist, because we're going to have to go that route here. We're forced into fascism, but we're going to have to go that way, and that's okay. So we want to have probably a full army group before then, and the ability to get more. We're going to need probably like 3 or 4 at least. So that's understood. We've finished up another infantry division. Perfect. We'll get you in here. And there's our anti-tank upgrade finishing up. Wait, is that more? 2 additional. Okay. So I'm just going to grab 1 and put it in here, and then we'll start having another army out over here. We can just put in a random commander. Sure, you'll do. And we can get started on exercises. Perfect. So next up, we're going to start working probably on improved anti-tank 2. So we'll get going on that. That seems fine. We're going to get improved anti-air 2 here very, very soon. So everything is looking good at this time. We're making good progress on all of this. Of course, time continues to tick, and that is going to put us in a better position for these later techs, and that'll be absolutely fine. But for now, I'm happy with what we've got going on. We are about to get mechanization effort. There it is. And there's that other infantry division. You can go right there. We now need another national focus. That's going to be armor effort. So we're going to get that going. And we can modify our government, which we're delighted to do. We said that we wanted that sweet, sweet political power gain. And that's exactly what we're going to take. So now we're going to need military staff, and these are going to be somewhat expensive, but it's fine for now. 1.2 political power per day, not bad. Okay, so that all looks fine for the time being. Our army is expanding, and we're working on all of this infrastructure. As the infrastructure gets built, that will allow us to build more factories, and we're kind of transitioning after these civilian factories into building military factories. But I kind of think we should probably build the civilian factories first before we build the infrastructure, now that I think about it. So let's get that done, then the infrastructure, then we can work on the military factories, and we will see after we complete this list. Hello, get out of here. After we complete this list, we will see if this is enough military factories for our purposes or not. I feel like we have largely enough civilian factories, so that'll be fine. So we have anti-air level 2, and we can definitely start producing that. So we'll get going on that one. We're short on tungsten. Okay. We do have some sources of tungsten. Yeah, via extraction. So excavation ranks will probably give us what we need. I think we'll be fine there. So at this point, I want to start grabbing improved artillery upgrade 1. We'll get that going. It's slightly ahead of time, but I'm not too concerned about that. Excavation 3 is going to finish up in 2 days, and I'm hoping that that will give us enough tungsten production. I think it will, or at least be very, very close. We need 2 tungsten. Okay, that's rude. We could definitely go for construction 4. I don't think we need to go this far down the tree yet, though, and I think we'll avoid that for the moment. So we should probably start working on things like logistics and signal companies. We are using some of these. So let's grab signal company 2. An armored signal company is something that may be interesting to go for, because we are using, in our armored division, we are using signal companies, correct? Actually, we're not. Okay. We're not using signal companies there. Or here, for that matter. Well, it's fine. We'll just get the research done. I'm not too worried about it. We're not actually using them, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So our Recon Company 2, that we're definitely using. And that sounds good. I do want to get going on some of these other researches here. I think improved infantry equipment or support weapons, either of these would be very good to get. I'm going to take support weapons. It's a slightly shorter research. So we'll get that going, and then we'll do infantry weapon upgrade. That'll be fine. So, let's check in on the status of our tanks. We've delivered 252 tanks to this armored division out of the 300 needed. So that's making progress anyway. I would like to get more production going here. And we do need 2 additional units of tungsten. I don't think that we can get any right now. I mean, we could trade for it, I suppose. Sure, we'll trade for it. It's just 1 civilian factory, so that shouldn't be a big deal. We'll put that into our tungsten, and hopefully we won't have to trade for it going forward. But as this goes up, yeah, the tungsten is definitely being utilized. Okay. Tungsten might be an issue for us. It very well might. If we check in on the resource map mode, we can see we just don't have access to much tungsten. There's some down here, some down here. We're getting 0 of this tungsten. So there's definitely some things that we can do to get more tungsten coming in. So that would be very good for us, for sure. Okay, what do we got for these divisions? These are armored divisions, or rather a singular armored division. So I'm going to put that in here. That'll be fine for now. And we can start putting in an army group if we really wanted to. This would be something like this. The idea here is, do I want the army groups to be infantry only and tank only? Yes, I do. So this is our infantry army group here. And do we have a field marshal? Oh yeah, we definitely do. So that sounds good for now. This guy can get an officer corps role. Sure. Army offense seems okay. And he can get a new trait here. Reinforce rate seems pretty decent, and division recovery rate is pretty good too. So we'll take both of those. Hi console. That all seems fine. So we have a doctrine available. The only option here is delay, and we will take that. And of course, special forces. So let's get going on that. We're missing equipment production for towed anti-air. Really? Apparently we are. Did I accidentally delete that? I did not intend to. That's kind of wild. Okay, so we need to take this down to here, and then this down to here, so that we have at least some of this going in, right? And then we can back off on this a little bit, something kind of like that. There we go. So now we have towed anti-air coming in. I did not realize that. I thought for sure we had that. Okay, so our tank manufacturer has a trait point that we can spend. And let's just take reliability is irrelevant. But that max speed would be good. Production efficiency gain. We would need this first, though. So let's get that done. That's a prerequisite. We don't really need the reliability, but it would allow us to do more upgrades later. So that's fine for now. So no problem there, and the world is still incredibly, incredibly stable, and it's going to be up to us to destabilize the world. That's very clear. That's fine. We can absolutely do that. We're going to be delighted, in fact, to destabilize the world. So proceeding forward, we are going to continue to work on our tech. We're making good progress on our tech. I'm pretty pleased with where we are technologically at this moment. We've, of course, completely ignored naval and air tech, but for now it's fine. We'll get there. So fuel refining is going to be done in 63 days, improved anti-tank in 34. That's all going to be good. But we've got a lot of work to do yet. And we have a lot of production efficiency to deal with as well. But we are producing 3.41 tanks per day. I'm relatively pleased with this, especially given our current production efficiency. This is going to get up to around 5 tanks a day. It's not bad. So we've got these, or this infantry division can go right here. Perfect. And we're taking attrition here, actually. I just noticed that. Yeah, these guys are taking attrition. Due to the exercise. Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. They want to be exercising, so that's absolutely A-okay for right now. We gotta build up that sweet, sweet army experience. So that's all looking good. We are going to be able to get ourselves some military staff going here. So do we want an anti-submarine expert or a decisive battle expert? Actually, naval experience gain just passively. That sounds good. And then we'll, of course, want to get one of these guys. And this would also give us capital ship attack and screen attack, which sounds good as well. So that's all fine for now. Air superiority or bad weather penalty? I think air superiority is what we should do, most likely. Again, this is going to get us some air experience flowing in, but we won't have that for a while. So that's understood. We've got some additional infantry divisions that finished their basic training, so we'll get them put into this army. That looks good for now. Okay, so everything is looking wonderful at this moment. There's an additional infantry division ready to go. We do need more tanks, and the question is, how are we doing on our tank production? We are currently working on this training. They don't have all of their tanks here. Okay. Well, there's improved anti-tank. We definitely want to upgrade our towed anti-tank to improved anti-tank. We'll get that going. And we have this research slot available. So this down here is quite a bit ahead of time. We can hold off on that. Now we can start working on the 1940 medium. This is not really ahead of time, and it's going to be doubled in its speed anyway. So we'll get the improved medium tank, and then we'll upgrade our tanks. That'll be fine. We'll probably need army experience to do that, though. So that's absolutely noted. And we're not really ramping up production of these tanks as it is, so we haven't produced that many of this basic level tank. Yeah, we definitely need more tank production. I think that's very, very clear. So I'm going to go into our production here. I'm going to move our basic medium tank up to 5x, and we're going to take this up to 25. So as we get more of these military factories finished, we're going to put them into tank production. So we're now done with our army effort. Now we can start grabbing aviation effort, which won't take as long, so that'll be fine. And let's start working, ideally... Yeah, let's grab improved infantry equipment too. This'll be fine. So we'll get going on all of that. Wonderful. Improved artillery upgrade 1 is about to finish as well. There we go. And let's get that over. I'd love to grab improved artillery upgrade 2. These are pretty far ahead of time, so I don't think we should be doing that. However, we could start working on some of these. I'm going to do it. This is accelerated. We're ahead of time, but we get a speed boost on it. So let's get going on Advanced Armor Protection 3. I'd love to get up to Armor Protection 4. And we may want to just research those ahead of time before we design our new medium tank. We'll think about it. We're about to finish up fuel refining 2, although that's not all that relevant to us. We have lots of fuel, and I don't foresee us having fuel issues. So we may want to start thinking about another level of construction now that we're getting close to 1940. We'll take a look at that here. So this fuel refining 2, this is still 1 year ahead of time. Okay. I'd love to grab this point of extraction, but for the moment, I think it's fine. We could start work on advanced engine. Even that's a year ahead of time, but that's fine for now. Now, the 43 medium is quite ahead of time as well, and both of these are too. If we started this, then we could make our new tank on this level of technology. And then our penultimate tank would be on these levels of technology, and then we go for modern tanks eventually. That's the theory anyway. I'm doing it. We're going for advanced engine. Or advanced armor protection, rather. No, that was advanced engine. I'm very dumb. So that's all fine. That's looking good. We do have a new trait for our artillery manufacturer. And what do we want to take here? Well, we have access to advanced barrel forging. Production efficiency gain is not a bad idea. So we'll grab that for now. That seems good. And we have decisions available, but I'm not going to do those decisions. For the time being, I want to get ourselves this guy. And we'll have him very, very soon here, in like 8 days. So that looks good. We are definitely consuming that 15% political power, and that's because we're putting so much political power into our manufacturing, and that's absolutely fine. We're getting a good boost out of it, so I'm pleased with that. Here in just 4 days on the outside, we're going to have this guy ready to go in. This guy, right here. I want that sweet, sweet air superiority. There we go. He is in. Now we've got these over here. So we've got, it's the same 3 guys. Ace generation chance, division attrition. That's probably really good. And naval max range of only 5%. I'm not sure I care about that. Okay, well, it's going to be a while before we get the political power anyway. So that seems absolutely fine. At this point, support weapons 3 is going to be done in 14 days. That's not going to give us a new production method. But we're just about done with these civilian factories. So those are wrapping up, and we're pretty good on our infrastructure. We're definitely working our way through that infrastructure. So that all looks fine. Does infrastructure give additional building slots? I feel like it does, but am I wrong about that? I might be. Let's see, those are railways. Infrastructure is this one. It increases your supply power in strategic regions and increases your division speed, as well as increasing your raw resource extraction. Okay, still good to do that. So I was under the impression that it was going to give additional building slots, but that is false. That's fine. Building it for the resource extraction is still good. That might mean that we can actually get rid of that trade. And indeed we can. So we should have no trade at this point. We're now self-sufficient on our tungsten. So that is fantastic. Here's an armored division, and that's all we had there. We also have our infantry equipment manufacturer. And what do we want to take here? Well, this is mutually exclusive right now. We've already got this, don't we? Yes. So we need to choose here, breakthrough or breakthrough. I will take the more expensive equipment for triple the breakthrough. Triple the bonus breakthrough, I should say. So we'll get that going. And there are these policies here. So there's that. I don't really want to do anything with that right now. It'll be fine. We've got other things to spend our political power on. So I'd love to go out here, up here. That's too far ahead of time at this moment. We can grab Marines too and just get that ready to go. So that'll be fine for now. Improved computing machine finishing in 30 days, and our improved medium tank in 28 days. Now, it's going to be 167 before our advanced engine is done. So that's absolutely noted. The next question is, how long is it going to take us to get the 1941 or 1943 medium? Okay, we should not go for that yet. So aviation effort just finished. That's fine. There was a war, remarkably. I don't know who they were against. The Shan government has gone into exile, and their main forces have capitulated to... And that's it. It's just 2. The struggles between and Shan are over. Is still at all-out war. Okay. I don't know who's fighting, but they won. Whoever is fighting. Cool. So do we want bomber focus or fighter focus? Honestly... bomber focus. We're going to get going on that. That'll be fine. The reason why I want to do bomber focus is because we're probably primarily going to use bombers, and we're probably primarily going to try to shoot down enemy fighters by having in-range anti-air, like state-based anti-air, and in the water, we'd want to have fleet-based anti-air, and possibly some air superiority fighters launching from carriers. But mostly, we're looking for bombers, so that'll be fine. So we've got this infantry division here, and that's going to go in right here. Perfect. So we're about to get done with improved medium tank. There's no way that we're going to go for the 1943 medium tank model. That is not going to happen. But we should probably try to upgrade our current tank model. So there's the 1941 light tank. I don't really care about that. I'm not going to go into heavy tanks either as of right now. So we're going to wait until these are finished before we upgrade our tank for sure. So for now, that means that we should probably work on... We could get field hospital. That's reduced by 2 years and it's ahead of time, and it's under 2 years ahead of time. So we have no ahead of time penalty for researching field hospitals. Let's get that done. So that looks good. Once advanced engine is done, that's when we're going to upgrade our existing tank. So that'll be fine. Improved computing machine has finished. I'd love to get advanced computing machine. This is not the time for that. I'd also like to get advanced radios going. We're not that far ahead, actually, on that one. Let's get going. It'll take a while. It'll keep that slot tied up for a fair amount of time, but that's okay for now. So that all seems okay for now. We do have a lot more research to do, and we're going to want to upgrade our armored division soon enough. So actually, we need to change the equipment for that. So that is this tank, and I think we have to start a new variant of it, do we not? Yeah, I think we have to start a new variant based on the improved medium tank, like this. So can we have this open for reference? No, that closes it. Okay, well, that's fantastic. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. There we go. And I'm going to paste it in Discord so that I can have that as a reference. And we're going to hop into here, and we're going to go for this same medium turret type. Do we want a... How many man turret do we want here? 3-man turret is a lot more breakthrough. It'll hurt the max speed, but honestly, as long as we get to where we're going, I feel like that's okay. I know we had issues with speed in the last game, but we ended up working around it. So we could go for heavy armaments here and go for like the heavy cannon. Now that's 28 soft attack. And if we go back here and we go for, say, the mediums, this is 39 soft attack, but almost no hard attack, right? So I want to go for hard attack here, and that's going to be a lot of piercing and 35 hard attack, like this. This slot must have a module installed. Is this supposed to have an X on it? Oh, requires medium fixed superstructure in a turret slot. So it has to be fixed to do heavy armaments. Gotcha. In which case, we want to do the medium cannon, I think. That's 15 hard attack. Yeah, medium cannon. So we have to go with that. That's fine. Now, in this slot, we had a radio. So we'll do an improved radio there. In this slot, hang on. I'm trying to look at this a little bit bigger. There we go. In this slot, we had a special module, which was sloped armor. Actually, no. This slot was a special module, which was... I'm not seeing that icon here. Okay, maybe a stabilizer? I'm not 100% sure. This one should be the radio, if we want this to be basically the same as our previous one, but upgraded. So that should be the radio there. This one should be sloped armor. And then this here is the armor skirts, like that. This module here, I believe, yes, heavy machine guns. So that was to give us the soft attack. I'm just wondering if we can do additional machine guns, puts us at 23.5, whereas this puts us at 26.9. So this is technically a little bit better here. Okay. And then we were on the interleaved road wheels. We were on welded armor. And we were on the diesel engine, which puts us at 115. So we can actually do a couple of upgrades here to reduce our reliability. And we'll just go until we've spent all 50 here, I think. Or until our reliability is dropping down too much, which it currently is dropping down. Well, we know that we can get it down to 95 because we have that plus 5% reliability, right? So in theory, that'll be fine, unless this is it's already factored in. Gotcha. Okay, so in that case, it's going to be something kind of like this. Yeah, that'll be fine. We could downgrade this to get 100% reliability, but I think 99 is good enough. So we'll save that, and we're going to start producing our improved medium tank. And we'll get those upgraded again later on. So if we were to create this variant, we'll have additional armor types and such, I think, once we complete our other researches. So that's going to be this advanced armor protection. That enables armored skirts and armor upgrade values of 15 and above. Never mind. Okay. So that's mostly just engine upgrades. Cool. So that's going to be easy enough. No problem there. So we've got this infantry division. That's going to go here. But it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue preparing for this war. We'll be prepared very soon. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.